Without, without talking any much, first of all, may I request our colleague, Sandipani Gunatilaka, to kindly deliver the welcome speech. Sandipani.
Thank you, Kavindo. Good evening to everyone who have joined us today for the workshop on academic paper formatting using Microsoft Word. I feel much privileged to welcome you all on behalf of the third year batch of Department of Entrepreneurship of the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce of University of Sri Javadanpura. First and foremost, let me warmly welcome the chief guest of the day, Mr. Shanta Puhuella, Senior Lecturer of Department of Information Technology of FMSC. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation and being the key resource person for the workshop, and we would like to warmly welcome you, sir, for this event. On behalf of the Department of Entrepreneurship, I offer my sincere regards to Head of the Department, Dr. Shriyani Ranasinghe, and Coordinator of the subject, Mrs. Pubuduni Liyanage, for the opportunity given to us in organizing such workshop sessions. The schedule of the lecture will focus on the topic of word formatting on reporting. It will include more issues to address the full effects of the topic. I hope that this event enlightens us all and provides us with approaches to deal with the problems of tomorrow. Finally, let me also welcome all participants who are joining us today both through Zoom as well as YouTube. Live for trusting us and join the session. We hope that you all would benefit from this session and thus would be fruitful session for you all. Over to you, Kavindo.
Thank you, Sandipani. Let me invite speaker to this virtual platform. Mr. Puhuella is a senior lecturer, Department of Information and Technology, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, University of Sri Javadanpura. He obtained his BSc in Management from University of Sri Javadanpura, and he obtained his MSc in Management and Information Technology from University of Kelaniya. And now, please welcome our senior lecturer, Mr. Shanta Puhuella. Dear sir, the platform is yours now. You can share your screen.
Thank you very much, Kavindu. And am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, my dear colleagues and dear students. I think today our session topic is academic paper formatting using Microsoft Word. So actually, this is like a workshop. This is a workshop-like session. If we have a very good environment with computers to conduct this session, I think it might be a very productive session, but at the moment we don't have such environment. Therefore, we can have such kind of virtual session. Anyway, I will share my screen, and I will share the resources with you very soon. I will share every resources, and my plan is to discuss all these matters within 2 hours. Actually, I am very sure you all of having a good knowledge in Microsoft Word, basically, especially related to the basic text editing and formatting. Therefore, I will start a little bit advanced components, but I'm discussing those topics. I will do the simple formatting editing things as well. Anyway, at the moment, actually, I cannot share my screen. Please grant me the permission, then I think I will be able to share my screen.
Yes, sir. Vidura, is it possible to share screen from Mr. Puhuella?
Okay. Host disabled, participant screen sharing. Now it's okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Then now here we are talking about the academic paper formatting. Therefore, this is the expected output of the today workshop. Here you can see the title page of your research report, and then there may be a declaration, and we have to use the table of content, and then list of tables, list of figures, and we have to add the research chapters with headings and subheadings, and then we have to insert the tables, we have to insert the figures, and finally we have to insert the citations as well. Then during the session, my plan is to discuss all of these things with you, right? Then if you want to use the Microsoft Word, actually here we have a lot of tools available with Microsoft Word. We can use all of them. And here actually, when you use the Microsoft Word, here actually our focus is to academic paper formatting. But if you want to design a document, there are so many templates. Once you go to the new, and here you can see some of the frequently used or the recently used templates here. And here you can see Microsoft Word templates under different categories, as well as the search option is very useful to search a particular document format, some template. So you can give your keyword, and very easily you will be able to download a suitable document template. That is one thing. Especially if you want to prepare a business plan, there are so many business plan templates. If you want to prepare a flyer, there are so many flyer templates. Therefore, as well as the curriculum bit, very easily you can find very nice, very attractive modern template from this option. And then today I'm not going to teach about the templates, but anyway, before going to the session, I would like to discuss certain matters. When you deal with a large document, sometimes more than 50-60 pages, if you have if you can follow the good practices, that might be very useful, right? Therefore, I will discuss some of the good practices with you. Then this is one of my document content. Sorry. This is one of my document content. This is a random text. And then here, if you want to go to the end of the document, what is the most easiest way? This is, I think we discussed those things in the first year in the practical session. Therefore, I think very easily you can answer my questions. I would like to make this session, I just want to make this session as a workshop. Then anytime you can interrupt me, you can ask the questions, as well as I can ask some questions from you. Then you have to answer my question as well. Then it might be an interactive session. Otherwise, it might be a passive session, right? I am the active person. You are right? Anyway, then if you want to go to the last point of the document, what you have to do? You can use the shortcut keys. If you know the shortcut keys, that will be very useful, right? Using control end, very easily you can go to the end, right? Now my cursor is at the end of the document. If you want to go back to the first point, again, control home, right? That kind of shortcuts are very important when we use or when we handle the large document. And then if you want to go to the last point of this document, you can use the end key, right? End key. In your keyboard, there's a key called end. You can use it. If you want to go to the very first point, you have to use the home key, right? If you want to select a single character or few characters, you can use the shift key, and you can select arrow keys to select the word, right? If you want to select one single word, what's the most easiest way? You can double click on the word, right? You can double click on the word. If you want to select single word, you can double click on the word. And if you want to select single paragraph, you have to click on the paragraph 3 times, right? Here, you have to click 3 times. Then you will be able to select the paragraph. If you want to select the entire content of the document, all the contents, what is the shortcut? I don't want to tell it, right? I am sure all of you are very familiar with that shortcut. මොකද්ද අපිට මේ ඔක්කොම select කරන්න ඕන නම් තියෙන shortcut එක. The most easiest way is to Control A. Control A is the most easiest way, right? And then, other than these things, when you format a document, you can use this tool, and the tool is comes under the paragraph group. Now here you can use the show hide tool, right? Now here you can see how many paragraphs are there. How many paragraphs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? When we check the content, there are 5 paragraphs. But here you can see another paragraph symbol, right? That's mean actually there are 6 paragraphs. Altogether there are 6 paragraphs, right? This one is also a paragraph, a blank paragraph, right? No characters, but it's a paragraph, right? Then this tool, show hide tool, is very, very useful tool, right? You can identify different behaviors of the users once you activate this or switch on this show hide tools, right? Sometimes you can see some symbols like this one, right? Sometimes you can see the symbols like this. All these symbols are having unique meanings, right? This one is a line break. This enter like symbol represent a line break. This arrow represent a tab. Right here, I can put a tab like this. It's another story. Right here, you can see the indentations. Here, I have, when I press the tab key here, this one is indentation. But when I press the tab key here or somewhere here, you can see this arrows, right? So everything is very, very important. And the other thing is, normally when we compile a big document, we are doing some errors and the mistakes, right? Normally, if you want to separate 2 paragraphs, our normal practice is to insert another paragraph here, right? To put this space or put this gap, normally we are using another paragraph in between these 2 paragraphs. That is not good, right? That is not good. Don't keep such paragraph. And the other thing is, if you want to go to the next page, what you have to do? Normally, you can press the enter key several times. Then you will be able to go to the next page. But don't use that method, right? Don't use that method. This is not the proper way to go to the next page. If you want to go to the next page, what is the most suitable method? You have to make the page break. That's mean control enter. Then here you can see the page break once you enable the show hide option, right? Otherwise you cannot see that. But anyway, when you enable the show hide option, you can see this page break here, right? And then if you want to send this second sentence to the next line, not to the next paragraph, when you press the enter key, it will make a new paragraph. Here my requirement is to send this second sentence to the second line, next line, not the second line, next line. What I have to do? You can use the shift enter, right? Shift enter. What is the meaning? What is the shortcut? What is the function? That is the line break, right? This enter like symbol show the line break. If you want to go to the next line, right? Let's say I want to go to the next line from this point. You can press shift enter, right? So control enter, shift enter, like page breaks, line breaks, section breaks, those things are very, very important, right? Now I will move to the sample document, right? Sample document. This is the sample document. We have to modify. I'm sure you will be able to prepare a document like this, right? This is your cover page. This is your cover page. Then declaration. Then you can add the abstract. Then you have to insert the list of table, sorry, TOC, table of contents, then the list of tables, list of figures. Then you can start the chapter 1. Then there may be subtopics. Then chapter 2, chapter 3, etc. Right? Here I am using a very small document, but I will cover everything that you want to learn, right? So don't worry, I will discuss everything. If the 2-hour time is not sufficient, we can take another time and we can complete everything, right? This is not very hard. I'm sure you are very familiar with the computer command. Therefore, I think within 2 hours, I will be able to complete all these things, right? Up to now, do you have any clarification? Anything to ask from me? Any question? Yes or no? If you don't have any question, anything to ask from me, I will start the
Yes, sir. We don't have any questions. Seems like.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Then I will start the job, right? Then I am sure you can type a document like this, right? Then if you want to format this document, the very first thing is you have to think about the page size, right? You have to go to the layout and you have to set the page sizes. Your page size should be A4. Then you have to set the margins. You have to refer the guidelines given by the department, and you have to set the page size and the margins. Then now here all the contents are in the same document. No page break, no section break, nothing. So then you have to think about, I will format everything. I will take one by one, and then you have to change fonts. Let's say the required font is Times New Roman. The text size is, let's say it's 12, right? You have to set those things. And then it's prepared to use the justified text, right? Then you have to put the 1.5 line spacing. Those things are depends on your guidelines, right? You better to read the guidelines well, and then according to that, you better to set the necessary changes. You have to do the necessary changes, right? Okay. Then I have to divide this single document to the several pages, right? Declaration should go to the next page, right? Control Enter. Then abstract, next page, right? Then the chapter 1, next page, right? Chapter 2, it has to start from another page, chapter 2. Then chapter 3, another page, right? In my document, I have only 3 chapters, right? Now I have to format everything one by one. I will take everything one by one and I will explain those. Now here, this is our title. In your guideline, there should be a specific font size like 16 or 20. Then text effect may be bold and should be center line, right? This is our title. And then here we have to enter several times, and we can center these things, and font size should be 40. And at the bottom, we have to place the BSc 2022, right? BSc 2022. We have to put the BSc in the left side and 2022 into right side. Then if you want, you can center align this and press the tab key several times to change the positions like this, right? Now, when we remove the show hide marks, the appearance may be something like this, right? Now it's okay. Right? Then what is the next step? Now here you can see the declaration. Sometimes there may be 2 declarations, declaration by the candidate and or the researcher, and declaration by the supervisor. There may be 2 declarations. Anyway, if you want to add the signature of your supervisor or the researcher, you can use the signature line, right? You can use the signature line, right? Here, if you want to insert something, you have to go to the insert tab and you can get the signature, right? Microsoft Office signature, and you can add the signatures from other signature services. Leisurely try to read about the signature services, then you will be able to get more knowledge about the digital signatures and related services. Now here I'm going to use Microsoft Office signature line, right? Then here you can add the suggested signature. For example, now here you can add the supervisor name and then the title of the supervisor. Let's say this is for, let's say, this is the student detail, I think. Then declaration by the student. Therefore, you can put the student name and then the let's say faculty or something. Faculty of Graduate Studies. Now here you can see the signature line. If you want to put the manual signature, very easily you can put it, right? Then this is the signature line. If it is necessary, if it is required for you, you can add this kind of signature here under the declaration. And then abstract. In my original document, actually abstract is a single column text, but here I think if you want to use the multi-column text, that is also another important point. If you want to use multi-column text, very easily you can select the abstract, right? Sometimes when you write the research papers, you have to keep the abstract in multi-column, right? In different 2 columns, 3 columns text. You have to format the 2 column, 3 column text. Therefore, you can go to the layout and you can select the columns, right? Simply, if you want to divide your content into 2 columns, very easily you can select it, 2 columns, right? If you want to do more, if you want to use more pages, you better to go to the more columns, right? Using this column dialog box, you can manage everything, right? If you want to use 3 columns, you can select 3. If you want to equally divide the columns, you can use this option. If you want to use different column width, you can remove the equal column width, and then you can manually set the column sizes, right? If you want to use a large column first with 2 inch and spacing, let's say 0.2, like this, then you can manage next columns like this, 2, 1.78 and 208. If you want to set this into, let's say 2, and this one also 2, you have to put only the 0.13 space here, right? And if you want to insert the line between these columns, you can select line between. Now you can insert the line. Then your output may be something like this, right? So using this columns dialog box, right? Columns dialog box, you can customize the column sizes, spacing, etc. If you want to insert the line between columns, that option is there. You can customize everything. So this is very, very useful for you to deal with columns. And simply, if you want to divide the content into 2 columns, it's very easy, right? And then we can format the headings of each chapter. Chapter headings and subheadings can be formatted. To format the headings and subheadings, it's very easy to use the styles. It's very easy to use the styles, right? If you want to format the chapter 1, right? You can apply heading 1 style for that one, chapter 1, right? Then your report guideline, there may be some specifications, right? So if you want, you can select this. If you want, you can keep your cursor anywhere in the document, no problem, right? Then you can edit the headings. Go to the styles. Here you can see the available headings and subheadings, right? Here you can see heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, etc. You can see the titles, subtitles, and then you can see the normal text, right? Then quote, everything is there. Now you can edit them. If you want to edit the heading 1, you can select it. You better to right click on the heading 1 and you can select modify. You can select modify. Now you are going to change the heading 1 properties, right? The text type is Times New Roman. Text size is 16, right? I want to put it 14, right? It should be a bold text. And I want to put the space after the paragraph, after the heading, right? Like this, 12 pt space is required after the heading. I can edit it like this. Actually, in this case, this is the 12 is the default value, but anyway, you can customize it like this, right? And you can click OK. And you can click OK. Now, you can apply this format for all headings. This one, if you want, you can select the heading and you can apply the, you can select the heading and you can apply the style. If not, you can select one heading which you have already formatted, and you can use the format painter. You can double click on this format painter and you can apply the formattings to the other heading 1 contents for these two, right? You can do it. Now we have to change the heading 2 formattings as well. Heading 2, this one, right? You better to go to the styles and select the heading 2, modify it. Size should be, let's say it's 13. Okay. We have to apply the bold effect and line spacing should be single. And after the heading 2, I want to put a 12 pt space. Okay. And okay. Right. Then I can get the format to the format painter, double click and you can get the format. You can copy the format to the format painter. Then I can apply the format to the rest of the subtitles. This one. That's it, right? This is the last one. Okay. Then the other thing is, when you format your research report, always we have to use the numbers. Chapter 1, then 1 introduction, 1.1 background of the study. That kind of format has to be maintained, right? Now here, all the headings should be, I think it's better to use the title case, right? Capitalize each word. This should be simple O and this should be simple T, and other letters, first letter of the other word should be capital, right? Then we have to use the numbers. Now what we have to do? Very easily we can use the outline numbers. We can insert the outline numbers. You have to go to the paragraphs and you have to select the multi-level list from this tool. You can apply this style. Heading 1 should be 1. Heading 2 should be 1.1, 1.2, etc. Heading 3 should be 1.1, 1.2, sorry, 1.1.1, 1.1.2, etc. Then our required format is this one. So we can apply it like this. Now here you can see this is 1 and this is 2. Here also we can apply the same format. This should be heading 1, sorry, heading 2. So yes. My format not yet applied, therefore you cannot see the numbers here, right? They should be heading 2 like this. You can apply the format, then you can apply the numbers as well, right? Numbers as well like this, right? This one should be heading 1, this one as well. Right, now you can see the numbers here. You can see 2.1, it's wrong, so you can remove the first one like this, right? Chapter 1 introduction, then 1.1 background of the study, then chapter 2 it should be chapter 2 data analysis and result, 2.2 like that. Then chapter 3, this is the chapter 3, right? Now it's okay. Then now if you want to insert the TOC now, very easily you can insert it, right? You can go to the next page. After the keyword, you can, after the abstract, now if you want, you can apply the heading 1 here. For this one, you can apply heading 1. To remove the numbers, you can manually remove it, or you can go to the paragraph and you can say none, right? You can say none. You can use both, right? Abstract, you can select it and say none. Then you can see the chapters from 1, right? Now here, if you want to insert the TOC, now very easily you can do it. You have to insert a page break. My shortcut is to enter the Control Enter, right? My shortcut is Control Enter. Now here I can insert the TOC very easily, very quickly. We can insert the TOC, right? Now we have already applied the style. Therefore, what we have to do, we can go to the new page, first point of the new page, and go to the reference, select table of contents. When you click on this table of contents, there are different styles. I'm going to use the second style, automatic table 2, right? Now here you can see table of content, and your headings and subheadings are appeared here, right? If you want to change the font size, font type, etc., you can select this, then go to the home tab, Times New Roman 12 and 1.5 line spacing. You can change those, you can apply those formattings. If you want to apply the table of content, if you want to apply heading 1 for table of content, you can apply it. right? Select it and apply it. No, that is not the format, right? This is heading 1, but it has applied different color, right? If you want, you can manually change the color to the automatic. Then now TOC is there. Necessary formattings, we have done all the necessary formattings, and after that actually we have to insert the list of table and list of figures. If you want to insert the list of table, right, and here when you go through the report again, you can sometimes you will be able to identify the unnecessary paragraph, etc. You better to remove them all to maintain the clarity and consistency, like this, right? Then you can minimize the file size. You can remove all these unnecessary paragraphs, right? And now initially we will remove the unnecessary paragraph. Now I want to do this one. Now actually, let's say this table is a little bit difficult to read. Therefore, I want to place this table in a portrait page, not the portrait, landscape page, right? I want to place this table in a landscape page. What I have to do? What I have to do? In a single document, I have to maintain the portrait pages, as well as the landscape pages. What I have to do? How to insert a landscape page into the same document, right? If you want to insert the landscape page, you have to insert a section break, right? You should go to the layout and breaks, and then section break to next page, right? I want to insert a landscape page, so I want to insert a new page. Therefore, I have to insert the section break to the next page, like this, right? Then this one should be a landscape page. Then after the table, again, I have to have the portrait pages. Therefore, from this place, again, I have to put a break, next page, right? Now here you can see, when I active the show height, here you can see a separate section, right? Here you can see a separate section, right? If you cannot see that separate section break, what you have to do? Here you cannot see the separate section, but I am sure I insert separate section. So what I have to do? Go to the end and press the enter key, right? Now here you can see the section break. Again, at the end of the table, here also you can see the section break. Now this is the starting point of the section break, and this is the end point of the section break, right? And then this part can be handled separately. So go to the layout, go to the orientation, and change the orientation to landscape. Now here you can see the landscape page, right? Now here you can see the landscape page, right? Now I will change the auto fit behavior to the auto fit to window, and I will decrease the spacing into 1.15 and I will remove the space after the text, and now I can arrange the table to a single page. Now this is the appearance of my document. This is a landscape page and all other pages are portrait, right? Single document, landscape and portrait can be used, right? Now you can do the necessary changes. If you want to resize the column, let's say you are going to maintain the equal column width, you can say distribute column evenly, right? If you want to change the text alignment, very simply you can apply them all, right? So this is the way of using the sections, right? Then the next one is, now we have to insert the list of tables. If you want to automatically generate a list of tables, you have to use the caption with all objects like tables and figures, right? So you can select the, I will select this table title first. I'm going to cut it and select the table, right click on it, select insert caption. Now here you can see 2.1 is the table label, and you can add your table heading here, right? Then here you can see a lot of customized options, right? You can select the labels for table, figures, then the equations, etc. Now here I am using a table, so I can select table. If you want to use the numbers with chapter numbers, here 2.1, table 2.1, that's mean first table of the chapter 2. Let's say if you want to use table 1, table 2, table 3, etc. throughout the report, then we have to change the numbering format. We don't want to include the chapter numbers there, so you can remove it, right? You can remove it. Now here you can see table 1 demographic profile, right? If you want to use this with the chapter numbers, you have to go to the numbering and you have to insert include chapter numbers, then okay, right? And here the hyphen and the colon, semicolon like symbols are also, symbols can be changed, right? Here you can see period, icon, then dash, etc. right? Hyphen is the default one, right? You can click OK. Now here you can see table 2.1 demographic profile, right? For the next table, you can apply the same. This is a figure. If you want to insert the figure numbers, you can do it now. This is the figure heading or the figure description. I will cut it, then select the figure, right click, select insert caption, right? Then this is not a table, this is a figure. This is not a table, figure. Figure 2.1, correct. You can add the figure description and click OK, right? Then this is the next table. You can select it, cut. If you want to remove the space after the paragraph, and if you want to set it into 1.5, you can do the necessary formattings and right click and go to the insert caption This is not a figure, this is a table. So select table, table 2.2, type it. Okay, right. Do we have more tables? Yes, this one. Copy, sorry, cut. Then select the table, caption, table 2.3, paste the table head. Okay, right. Now, actually here the table heading, size of the font size of the table heading is very small. What we have to do? Here also is small, right? And here very small. What we have to do? We can change the style, right? Now we have another style called caption. Now I'm going to modify the caption text, right? Should be Times New Roman, font style should be, size should be 12, color should be black automatic, and paragraph, after the paragraph there should be 10-12 spacing. All other things okay, okay, and okay. Right now you can see a big text, right? Then we have 3 tables and 1 figure. 3 tables and 1 figure, right? Now if you want to insert the list of tables, list of figures, now very easily you can do that. Go to the next page. This is for list of tables, right? List of tables. Now here you can go to the references, insert table of figures. Then here I'm going to insert the list of tables. So this one is correct, list of tables. If you want to change the tab leader, these options are there, right? And click OK, right? Now, if you want to change the formatting, text formatting, Times New Roman 12, you can do it. 1.5, right? Then go to the next page. Go to the next page. This is the next page. And what happened? Right. We can remove this, but here we can insert the list of figures. Right. Here you can apply heading 1. Here now we can insert the list of figures. Figure. Right. Okay. Times New Roman 12. Now we have list of tables, list of figures, list of table, list of figures. Now we have everything, right? Then when you use this method, let's say I'm going to insert right? At the end of this paragraph, I want to insert another figure. Let's say it's something like this. Processes, something like this. Let's say A, B, C, D, and E. Something like this. Small one, right? Let's say this is figure 2. You can insert caption. This is not a table, it's a figure, figure 2.2. You can give the figure description and you can say okay, right? This is the figure. Now, you have to go to the list of figures. Now here you can see only one, right? Here you can see only one. But if you want, you can remove this and you can insert the table of figures, and then you can see both of these figures now, right? Both of these figures can be seen now, right? Likewise, this is very easy. Otherwise, you have to enter all these things manually, but now automatically you can insert everything. List of tables, list of figures, right? As well as it is not essential to remove this and reinsert it. Here you can select the figure, list of figures, and once you update the fields, you can update everything at once, right? But again, you have to change the format. When you change the format into like this, I think it will apply to every text. Spacing 1.5, right? Now we have list of figures, list of tables, and everything. If you want to go to the first table, simply you can press and hold the control key and click on the title. Then you will be able to go to the figure, right? Now everything is okay. The major things are okay. Now I want to insert the references. Right. Here in our first chapter, chapter 1, right? Here you can see some references. These references are inserted by manually, right? When you prepare your document, actually it is not necessary to insert the references like this. Actually, if you want to insert the references, there are several plugins which we can use with Microsoft Word, but I am not going to discuss the Microsoft Word plugins which are relevant to maintain the reference here, because it might be another session for you. If you want, you can use the manually, and some other tools are available. But anyway, actually using the built-in facilities of Microsoft Word, very easily you can maintain the references, right? Let's say I want to insert reference here. The relevant article is this one. Let's say this first one, right? This is the article. This is a journal article. Journal is International Journal of Science and Research. This is the title. They are the authors. And I want to insert this information into my Word document, right? What do you have to do? Actually, if you have references, definitely you have to have references, not if you have, right? Then you better to insert them, right? Go to the references, and Microsoft Office may have a lot of references styles. Now here you can see APA 6th edition, then Chicago referencing, then Harvard Anglia referencing, IEEE referencing, MLA referencing, etc. Right? If you prefer to use APA, right, you have to insert the author and journal details into the Microsoft Word document, right? If you want to know more about APA, you better to search for APA citation, right? APA citation. Now here you can see the first result, and I will take the details from Mendeley website. Now here you can see the details, right? APA format citation guide is there, right? You have to fill certain information. Now here you can see APA referencing basics. In text citation should be listed like this: last name and the year, or within bracket last name comma year, right? And two authors, it's something like this, right? First author last name and second author last name, then within bracket we can put the year, or first author and second author, then the year, you can close the brackets. Likewise, all the necessary information are given here, right? If you have to cite two articles published in the same year by the same author, you can take A and B, right? A and B. So everything is there, right? Multiple works in one parenthesis like this, right? So there are so many things to learn, right? You better to leisurely refer this website to learn more about APA, if the APA is your recommended referencing style, right? Your referencing style is something else. If it is available in Microsoft Word, very easily you can add the details, right? Now here I'm going to insert the citation, right? Actually, now here in this document, I don't have any citation. So you can either select add new citation, add new source, or you can go to the manage source, and I will delete this, and new, right? You can add new, this one, or you can go to the add citation, both are same, right? And then now here we are going to create a source, we are going to create a reference source, right? Now here you can see several reference source type. It might be a book section, journal article in a periodical, then case, film, performance, sound recording, electronic source, everything is there. Now, this article is a journal article. So I can select journal article. And then here you can see two authors, right? Vamai and Kendiri, right? Kendiri. So we can add those co-authors here, right? First one, I can copy it and paste it. Then I can type ampersand and the second author, right? Paste. Then the research title is this one, right? You can get a copy, but if you have multiple lines in your PDF document, you better to paste it into a notepad file. Control V. Now here you can see your research title is in 3 lines. I want to put it into 1 line and I can copy it. Copy, minimize, and I can go to the Word document again. This is the title. Journal name, International Journal of Science and Research. Copy. This is the journal name. Then the published year, it is 2015, right? You can type it here, 2015. Then the pages, starting from 2279, 2279 to the last page, 2286. 2286. Now you can say okay, right? Now here you can say Vamai and Kendiri 2015. Likewise, you can add all the references, right? If you want to add the same reference into another location, another place, let's say into this place, very easily you can go to the insert citation. The citations are there. Simply you can click on it. If you have 10 citation, here you can see 10. If you have 100, here you can see 100, right? You can add reference details into your report using this insert citation. Not only that, right? At the end, you have to add list of references, right? At the end, you have to add a list of references. You should go to that place and you can add the bibliography, right? I will select second one. Rather than saying the bibliography, my preferred word is references. Now here, without any effort, you will be able to insert this list of reference into the end of the document, right? If you have 2-3 items, 2-3 references, very easily with a single click, you will be able to insert the list of references, right? Now it's okay, right? Then leisurely add all the necessary references into the document and make a list of reference, right? I added only one to save your time, right? Okay. Then sometime you have to add the tables into your description. You have to add the table title into your description, right? Table එක add කරොතින් describe කරන්න දෙයක් නැති වෙනවානේ. Therefore, you have to add the table title into your description. Let's say somewhere here you have to add the table title. Now, table title is given here, right? Then if you want, you can copy and paste it into this one, this place, right? This place. Is it good? Yes, might be, right? Simply, you can take a copy like this and get a copy and you can paste it somewhere here like this, right? Correct, no problem, you can do it. But sometime your description may be in one page and your table may be in another page. Let's say here I'm going to describe about this table, this one. Then what will happen? You have to go to the next page or next to next page, and you have to copy the title and you have to paste it here. So this is not a very good method to insert the table titles, figure descriptions, right? So we can use cross references. We can use cross references to insert this kind of table headings, figure details, etc. Right? Go to the insert and link cross references. Then I want to insert the table details. So table option is there. There are 3 tables here. In this document, there are only 3 tables. You can see all the table names here. Now you have to select the appropriate table. Insert clause. Now here you can see the table name, right? Normally you can copy and paste. I know it's the most easiest method for everyone. Let's say there is a mistake, right? Mean statistics of the variables. Let's say I want to add 2022, right? Now here also we have to apply the changes, right? But automatically it will not take everything, but you can right click, update field. This is not a part of this title, right? This is not a part of this title, so we cannot see that title here, there. Let's say this is, I will put it 2022 here. And when I update, it has to automatically update the new part. Now here you can see the 2022, right? මේක අන්තිමට දාපුවම මේක පාර්ට් එකක් වුණේ නැහැ ටයිටල් එකේ. ඒකයි ප්‍රශ්නේ ආවේ. 2022. Yes, this is not a part. Therefore, we cannot get it. Right? But if you have to modify something somewhere here, right? Inside the title, table title, very easily you can do the changes and you can update it in the cross-reference. And the other thing is, when you present this document as an electronic document, right? Here, simply you can press the control key and mouse button to go to this place, right? අපි වෙන තැනකට මේක දාලිමු. Let's say in somewhere here. Here I want to insert the cross reference. Right? Insert link cross reference. I want to insert a link to go to the figure 2. Sorry, figure 1. Right? Now here you can see the figure 1. Now when I press and hold the control key and click on the title, you can go to the particular location in your document. Right? This is the figure 2.1. So when you use the cross references, actually it will help you more rather using copy and paste method. Right? So that is about the cross referencing. Right. Then we have to insert the page numbers. We have to insert the header and footer sometime. Right now, we will see how to insert page numbers. Right? In the first page, there should not be a page number. Second page, we have to put Roman number 1. Third page, Roman number 2. TOC page, Roman number 4. List of tables, 5. List of figures, 6. After that, we can see the main content. Right? And then for the first page of the report, we have to insert page number 1. Right? For the second one, page number 2. Here we have to insert header. Right? But for the other pages, that's mean for the TOC page, for the list of figures, we don't want to insert that header. Right? So we will see how to do that. I will remove this, close this, minimize, and then here for the first page, I don't want to insert the page numbers. Right? I don't want to insert the page numbers. For the second page, I want to insert Roman number 1. Then next page, Roman number 2, Roman number 3, 4, and 5. After that, they should be Arabic number 1. Right? If you want to insert page numbers like that, you have to maintain sections. You have to maintain the sections. Right? If you are not using the section is the only way to handle that kind of requirements. Sections are the only way to handle that kind of requirement. So again, we have to insert the sections. We have to insert the section. Right? First page should be a separate section. Right? This page, I will remove the page break. I will insert a section break, section break to next page. Now here you can see section break. Right? I will remove one line and I will put the section break to next line for the clear understanding. Then this is the next page. Right? We can put Roman number 1 here, then Roman number 2, okay, 3, 4, and 5, right? After that, we have to have a break. Now here, I have to insert a break to next page, right? I can remove this. This is the section break, right? Now we can insert the page numbers. Now we can insert the page numbers, right? Let's say I want to insert the page numbers into the footer. Middle of the footer is the place, right? So if you want, you can go to the insert page numbers, and bottom of the page. You can select it like this. It's very easy, right? This is the easiest way. If not, you can active the footer area. You can double click on somewhere here and you can active the footer area. You can manually change the position to the center. Now you can insert the page numbers. Insert page numbers, current position. This is the required position to insert the page number. So page number, current position 1, right? Here you can see page number 6, page number 6, right? 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's correct, right? Now I want to remove the page number from this one. I want to apply the Roman number for this one up to the 5th page, right? I have to do a lot of changes. What I have to do? Right? If you want to apply different formattings for different section footers, right? You have to remove the continuity of the sections, right? I will select the header and footer, contextual tab. By default, the headers and footers are linked to the previous. This is the first place, header section 1. This is the first section. So here you can see the header section 1. And then here you can see footer section 1. Here you can see section 2. Section 2. Again section 2. Next page, section 2. This is section 4. Right? This is due to the section break, this one. Right here you can see another section break and another one. Therefore you can see the 4th section here, section 4, and this is section 4. Again 4 and 4, 4 and 4. Now here 5, right? Now my requirement is to maintain 2 different numbering styles. Up to now I want to apply the Roman numbers from here onward, right? Content for the content pages of the report. I want to apply the Arabic numbers, right? So from here, I am not going to apply the same formatting as previous footer section. But here you can see same as previous. So I want to remove it. How to remove it? You have to go to the header and footer. Under the navigation, here you can see link to previous. I am going to remove that link. Now here you cannot see that same as previous, right? Here also, that means the second page, right here. You can see the same thing, same as previous. I want to remove it, right? Now I can remove this page number, right? But it will not affect to the second one. Now here I want to apply the Roman numbers. If you want to apply the Roman numbers, go to the insert and then the page number, format page numbers. Then I'm going to apply the Roman numbers. Start at 1, right? Start at 1, okay. Then 1, then 2 Roman numbers, 3, oh, same as previous, same as previous. So it has applied the previous style. So I have to remove it as well. Then here we have to apply page numbers. Should be Roman 1, 2, 3 continuous. They should be 3, 4, and 5. Right. From here 6. This should be 1 page numbers, format page numbers, start at 1, right? 1, 2, 3, this one 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7, 8, and 9, right? 9. I don't want to change anymore, right? Then if I want to refresh the table of content, yes, we can, right? Update entire table. Now here you can see declaration, abstract, list of tables, list of figures, then chapter 1 up to the references, right? Up to the references. Now everything is okay. We have 9 page numbers. Here you can see declaration is the first Roman number page, second Roman number, fourth one, fifth one, then Arabic number 1, then 2, 3, etc. Right? Now you have entered the page numbers as well. Right? Let's say usually for the thesis, we don't want to add the headers. But anyway, we will insert in the header here. Let's say BSc on degrees. I want to italic this, italic, right align. Right? Now in each page, you can see the header. But I want to remove the header from these pages. What I have to do? Very similar to the previous process. Here we can remove the link. Right? Same as previous, so yes. Same as previous, yes. Same as previous. Here also. Here. And the first page, I don't want. Right? Link to previous. I stop that and remove it. Now from the second page, we can see the header. Right? That is about the header and footer. Right? Header and footer. Yes, actually, we have done many. Right here, what happened? Page break. Okay. If you want, you can add the space before and after. And the other thing is actually, sometime when you apply the formattings, those formattings will not be applied for your document. At that time, you better to go to the something like spacing and all, right? You better to go to the line spacing options and check whether you have active this option. Don't add the space between paragraph of the same style, right? If the paragraphs are in the same style, that's mean it will not not apply the spacing, right? It will not apply the spacing. Therefore, always you have to be careful when you apply the stylus. Right. Now, I think we have done everything, right? Cover page, then the declaration, there may be few, then abstract, then keyword is there, then table of content, list of tables, list of figures, then the abstract, then formatting, then the portrait and landscape orientations in the same document, everything is done. Then I missed one point, that is, let's say here, on the abstract, let's say you are going to report the authors. The author is, let's say, Kin Bro, copy, author, right? Here I have given only the author name. I have given only the author name. I want to add his or her email address and the organization into this, right? At that time, what we have to do? We can add the footnote or endnote, right? Footnote or endnote. Then how to insert the footnote and endnote, right? If you want to insert a footnote, this is the option. If you want to insert the endnote, this is the option. What is footnote and what is endnote? Footnote, that's mean jump to the next footnote. Footnote. Footnote mean the necessary details can be placed in the bottom area of the page. Endnote mean at the end of the document, we can place the details, right? Here, let's say I want to insert the email address of the author as a footnote, right? I will select this. Not the next footnote, insert footnote, right? Now here I can insert, let's say, at gmail.com. I can add this footnote, right? This is the footnote, and I can add this footnote into the footer area, right? If you want to insert endnote, very easy. The same process can be applied, no changes, but it goes to the end of the document, right? Somewhere here, you can see the endnote, or after the references, right? Somewhere here, right? That is the difference between footnote and the endnote. If you want to insert the endnote, you can do that. You can insert the endnote as well as the footnote, right? In this final document, I think I plan to cover up to this point. if you want to format your research report, actually this knowledge may be sufficient to do it efficiently. Therefore, yes, I have covered everything. This is my final output. Yes. Then now you are familiar with many. You know how to use the sections properly. That is very important. Then the column text. Then you can apply the Roman numbers as well as Arabic numbers in the same document for the different sections. Then you know how to insert the table of content. You know how to insert the list of tables, list of figures, and finally the references. Right, references. You better to add more references into your document and try to insert the list of references with more authors, more author names, and the other details. Right, I think those are the necessary things to complete your research report. Right, do you have any more thing to learn or anything to clarify? මොනවා හරි අපිට කතා කරන්න තව තියෙනවා නම් අපිට අමතක වෙච්ච දේවල්, right? Now this is the time to ask those questions, right? Q&A session.
Yes, sir.
Thank
you very much, sir. I cannot start my video. Thank you very much, sir, for your very informative and interesting lecture. Now it's time to Q&A round. If anyone has any questions, I'm sure Mr. Puhuwala would be pleased to answer them. You can raise your question by either leave a message in the chat box or unmute yourself and ask directly from the lecturer. Now it's time for the Q&A round.
Until we receive the question, actually, I have another message. Since this is a workshop, actually, hands here, our focus is to improve the hands-on experience of our students. So at the moment, sometimes there may not be any question. But when you implement these things in your report, right, there may be a lot of questions. So if you want, I will give you a certain time period to practice this. Then there may be some questions. After that, actually, we will have another small sessions or 2 sessions to discuss those questions, like half an hour sessions, right? Individually, we can take the issues and we can solve the issues. I am ready to do that. If you want, you can arrange such a session. Now, if you have any common question, I think now it is time to ask the questions.
Yes, time to ask questions. Anyone has any question, you can raise your voice, ask from sir. Or you can leave a message in the chat box.
Yeah.
Yes. One, Mr. Ranita asked a question. Hi, sir. Thanks for the session. I missed first hour and session due to power cut. Yes, we are recording this, Mr. Ranita. We will upload it to YouTube or our LMS. Thank you, Mr. Ranita. If anyone has any question, you can ask. I'm sure Mr. Puvalle would be pleased to answer that. Mr. Anita, we will upload this to, we plan to upload this YouTube. You can get the link after we uploaded it. And audience, we have 5 more minutes to the Q&A round. You can raise your questions if you have any question or any doubt.
Kavindu, I think we don't have questions because
Yes, sir.
now
Of
actually
course, sir.
this is not a theory lesson. Therefore, there may not be questions at the moment.
Of course,
But
sir. Yeah.
I can arrange that kind of sessions if
Okay,
you
sir.
if you really want it. I can do it. I can arrange it.
Of course, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, seems like we don't have any questions. And now we came to the end of this workshop. Before officially winding up this session, I would like to invite my colleague Pramod Pereira to deliver the vote of thanks. Pramod.
Again, good evening, everyone. It seems to be a great honor to propose a vote of thanks to all who have helped us making this workshop in a very resounding success. First, I would like to give my hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Mr. Shanta Puhuela, Senior Lecturer of Department of Information Technology, for gracing today's workshop. Thank you very much, sir. First, for accepting our sincere invitation to be a resource person for this workshop, and for taking your valuable time in sharing your profound knowledge with us. Next, I would like to give my vote of thanks to all the coordinators of our batchmates who help us in numerous ways to make this workshop a great success. Finally, I would like to thank the wonderful all the participants from the Department of Entrepreneurship, as well as all the other departments who join us today to examine how to properly format academic writings using more advanced options of Microsoft Word have turned up in such a great numbers from our department and other departments. Last but not least, I would like to propose my sincere thanks to my group members for their contribution and all the efforts which enable us to achieve the final group target. To conclude, let me invite you all to join with us in near future for all the workshops which will be based on numerous important topics. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Once again, thank all for your cordial cooperation. Over to you, Kavidu.
Sorry, it's a default. Thank you, Pramod. Now it's time to officially wind up this webinar. Thank you Thank you again to all of you, those who have joined with us in this evening. And have a good night to everyone. Thank you.